And welcome back for round 2 of RM Fantasy SXperts, our Thursday show for Oakland.
That's right.
You're a Raiders fan, aren't you, Christian?
Oh, no.
No?
Definitely not.
Whoa, are you a Browns? Are you a what do you?
Let's just say I was a Bears fan.
You're a Bears fan, right?
I don't really do any of
Bears. Well, you're from Vegas, so you're not a Raiders fan anymore, being from Vegas?
I don't really watch any of the stick and ball crap anymore.
All right, whatever. Okay, well, hey, thank you for joining us right now. We are live. If you are joining us in the chats, thank you. We've been talking to you guys a little bit. Keep the comments coming. Keep the questions coming. We got a cool caller coming in today. We got Max Vohland, who is the factory Red Bull KTM 250 rider. He's racing East Coast. So put some questions down when we get to his call, because we'd like to ask some questions that maybe you guys have for him. So I'm excited.
Bro, the Barciacs are out.
The Barciacs.
Even last episode.
Look at that. Ajax. Go Oregon Ducks. I'm from Oregon. Are you from Oregon, Ajax? I like it. All right, well, look. Let's just dive right into the show. Here we go. Oakland. It is coming up. And on Monday's show, if you guys didn't watch that, that was our recap. We showed all the highlights, talked about points and everything. However, we didn't have some of the stats that we wanted to give, so we have them right now real quick.
Yeah, the player stats.
The player stats. Hit them with it, Christian. What do we got?
Average score, 27.85. If you did that or better, I mean, you're beating like 50,000 people, so you're doing good.
Jeez.
No perfect scores. Only 8 people got 5 picks correct. Cooper Webb was the most picked rider for second place, 17.31. I didn't think that would happen.
Well, it doesn't seem that high. Like normally you get like one rider, it's like 30% or something.
I didn't even have him in my top 5, so I was surprised that many people picked him.
14% had Roxon to win. 27% had Tomac.
Double for Tomac.
Yeah, look at that.
So
5.5% had Anderson in the wild card.
This was, and the 5.48% having Anderson in the wild card shocked me. I thought it'd be less than 1. I mean, does Dan Hubbard and Kristen Beat really have that type of influence is what I'm wondering.
Dude, they had it going on.
They picked him.
Ajax, I'm from Ashland, by the way, way down south. Well, look, Sexton was only in 55% of players' top 5 picks.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, but you know what? After that result, I bet you that number's going to skyrocket.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But he's got to stop eating dirt, taking dirt samples every weekend.
He'll get it.
12% of players had Marv in their top 5, and honestly, Marv, I would say, is probably like my biggest surprise of the night.
Yeah.
Because you really didn't know what you're going to get with him. His season for 2020 was kind of lackluster, or 21. But
Father Time is undefeated. The man's getting older.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I just feel like Marv he's on a Supercross only.
He's on a tear.
I think he could be a solid top 5 guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Good job, Dylan. 2323. Got 3 picks last week. That is 3 more than I got.
And Malcolm wasn't the only mad person about that incident. I mean, 34% of people had him in their top 5, and it cost them points.
By the way, we're going to show you guys here in just a moment. We have the whole Malcolm, Marvin, Muscan conflict yelling match right after the race, so we're going to show you that if you haven't seen it yet. A lot of people heard about Malcolm getting in Marv's face, but we're going to show you that, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. See,
the yelling match.
Yeah, the yelling match that went on. I thought it was pretty fun. All right, well, let's dive right into with track trends. So, Ryan, let's get the map up on the screen here for the fans. Looking at the track for Oakland, Christian, does anything stand out to you? Another short start straight.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Those 2 long rhythm lanes look good, though.
Yeah, you got 2 long rhythm lanes. Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, not 4 180 turns. Not too many 180 turns, but 4. But yeah, so here's one thing I noticed. You got the start straight, a little bit shorter. Could be terrible for the boys in blue because Tomac and Ferrandis' starts were atrocious last week. There's a sand section.
That's cool. I'm always down for that.
Some riders like it. It depends. Sometimes it's a good sand section, and then other times I'm like, why did they put this in here?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't change anything. But we saw last year at Houston, both AC and Sexton went down in the sand section. So if it's done
Sexton
right,
went down hard.
Yeah, if it's done right, it can definitely mix it up. So, and it's a pretty long sand section there. What I noticed too is like when we saw with A1 the whoop section there, both of them don't have long run-ins, or as long as like there's not a rhythm lane or like a triple coming into the set of whoops. So I feel like the whoops are going to be kind of like last week where
people going to be jumping them and stuff or what?
Jumping whoops. Like, I don't think it's going to be maybe a section where Malcolm Stewart has that blazing faster speed.
Okay.
And Oakland Dirt.
I like that. You're getting strategic now.
Yeah. So Oakland Dirt breaks down a lot. A1 was soft. They admitted that.
Yeah.
But Oakland, without moisture in the dirt, it's just softer dirt and it gets really ruddy. So Well, I don't feel like the whoops will be a factor because they're going to get nasty, I feel. I don't feel like they're going to be a factor because one guy can just go a lot faster than everyone else.
Okay.
That's my thoughts. What do you think? Am I right on that comment? Am I right? Are you guys thinking the same thing? Marvin's takeout was so intentional. I don't think so, Camden.
Definitely in the 250s, you're going to struggle more than the 450s on the whoops.
Why no jumps on the start straight? I don't know if you want to drop the gate wide open.
There has been those little where it starts and has a little
like
drop
a
off
berm
before.
I don't know.
Are you talking about like Las Vegas back in the day, coming off the stadium into their off the seats? Remember that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I'd be down for something like that.
Thank you, Mick. See, Mick says I'm always right.
I disagree.
All right. Well, look, there's our track trends. Anything else? I mean, notable notes from 2020 was the last time we raced in Oakland. Tomac won. Him and Roxon both led laps there. Your top 5 results from Oakland were Tomac, Webb, Roxon, AC, and Anderson.
Which I'm probably going to keep 4 of them in. AC is probably the one I'm going to take out.
Okay, fair enough. Webb dominated Oakland wire to wire in 2019. So that was the year he won his first title.
Won there too.
Yeah, that's right. Anderson won there in 2018 after qualifying third. That was when him and Kenny had that gnarly battle. And we saw there in that race that the track was so rutted out and gnarly that the reason that Anderson won was because him and Roxon were making mistakes left and right. So it was pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. We should just give the title to Coop now, says Aussie Boys. Hey,
I don't know.
I have a hard time disagreeing with you, but still too early to say.
He's still got to be the favorite, no doubt.
Yes. All right, well, let's get into it. Injuries. Adam Cianciarulo, he's still got the shoulder thing bugging him. We saw that. He faded from 2nd all the way to 11th last week without crashing.
So you're not putting him in your top 5?
No.
I wouldn't either.
He's
no love lost.
He literally said in his own vlog that, like, he was stoked on 11th.
Yeah. But what I do like...
I just in 1 week's time with an AC separation, grade 3, he says, you're not going to go from 11th to a podium guy.
I agree. But what I do see, before the pain really started getting to him, he looked good. I mean, wait till that thing heals up.
He did. He just says he has no strength in it. But I'm just saying, like, he's not riding during the week. You're not going to go from 11th to a podium guy in 1 week.
My question with him is, would it be better to take a couple rounds off?
No.
Are you doing more damage at this point?
I mean, we've seen guys start, around 10th or whatever and come back. Look at Webb's results last year. Webb was like, we'll talk about it, but looking at Webb's start last year, you probably wouldn't have thought he was going to come back and win the title so easily.
I'm just saying if AC took a week to heal more,
you can't.
Is it going to keep lingering?
Well, the racing is not making his shoulder any worse.
Okay.
It just needs time to heal, and it just gets weak.
Wondering. Okay.
Look at that. Taylor Shields put injuries, Malcolm's feelings. It's pretty good.
I don't know. He looked like he kind of hurt Marv's feelings as well when we get to that video.
Justin Hill, don't know when he's returning. AP seemed a little bit banged up in qualifying, but I wouldn't be too worried about him. I think he's going to come back just fine.
Okay.
All right? Anything else track we need to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. Well, let's get right into it with our top contenders. And we've got some stats, folks. Let's start with Ken Roxon and Cooper Webb. Simply because Kenny now, for the 4th time, or more than that, because he's won the opener 4 times in a row, which means he's held the red plate after round 1 4 times, but he's also held the red plate at other times. But Kenny now is your points leader, and Cooper Webb is only 3 points behind him. Cooper Webb had his best finish of any Anaheim 1, by the way, which is scary for all the other riders. But, Christian, you said you like my stats. You ready for these?
Yep.
Stats don't lie. That's right, the shepherd. All right, look at this. You need to put I have cracked the code.
We need that shirt. Stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie. I have cracked the code. Ken Roxon and Cooper Webb should be 1 and 2 in your picks until somebody else shows up and starts to dominate. Here's why. Ken Roxon has finished 1st or 2nd 9 times last year, and he only finished in 3rd once.
Yeah.
Which means if he was on the podium, it was 1st or 2nd.
And it starts, if he's got those things dialed, the man's going to be up there.
And Kenny has won the first 2 rounds before. In 2017, he won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. Well, my thing is he can be leading and cause someone else to make a mistake behind him.
Yeah, and Kenny is known to go on a roll. Like last year, what round did he sweep?
It was one of the residencies.
Indianapolis. It was one of the residencies. He swept 3 races in a row. So once he gets
momentum, we thought it was over at that point.
Oh, yeah, and don't stress too much on his qualifying. No. He doesn't really matter where Kenny qualifies. The dude just shows up at the night show and gets the JOB done.
I agree.
But let's see here. Only started outside the top 5 times all last year and he did have the most hole shots.
Well,
if that's not a reason to put Kenny 1 or 2, you're crazy.
What you got to think about in your top 5 is what I always try to do is if Roxon's there and any of these dudes get near him, who can get by him? The only one that stands out to me is Webb. Well, so if you're going to pick anyone ahead of him, it's got to be Webb.
If Webb's behind him, he just has a mental breakdown. If it's anyone else, he seems to hold it together pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
So if Chase Sexton was Cooper Webb in that race,
he would have got by probably.
Cooper Webb would have won simply because Cooper, I feel like, would have been more patient, would have waited to strike. Kenny clearly wasn't the fastest guy, and I think Webb would have.
Well, I listened to his press conference, and Kenny was saying how he's good at blocking them and making them struggle behind him to get by. So,
I know.
I don't know how good I feel about putting Sexton ahead of him. That's for sure, or anyone really.
Well, look, now let's talk about Cooper Webb. Again, if this man is not first or second, you're crazy. Look at this. Finished first or second 11 times last year.
Yeah.
And he finished third twice. So if he's on the podium, it's first or second for that man. Statistically, third's not a good pick for him.
Well, that's what I'm saying, too. Even with a 6th place start, he can pass Anderson. He can pass Tomac. He can pass pretty much anyone if he wants to.
He's a Danger or Villapoto. Look where he qualified in his heat race.
Yeah.
He qualified like 6th or something. It was bad. He went down. He was in front of Tomac and he crashed. Doesn't matter. He rips a good start for his gate pick in the main, gets a good start, and does what Cooper Webb does. I call him the grinder. No, not the app, the grinder.
Well, and we was talking about, too, how when he was behind Kenny, or when he's behind anyone, he'll wait it out. 10 laps, 15 laps before he makes a move.
And don't worry.
That scares everybody.
And he's another guy, well, don't worry about the qualifying because he qualified 8th. Really didn't look that great. I was there. And still just gets it done in the main.
You can't doubt that man for any reason.
And here's why I was telling you, like, these people not to jump the gun too much about Webb, but, like, last year, his first 4 starts last year, he was 9-4. He won by round 3 and then got a 3rd. So, it's, Anyway.
I mean, he's got to be on your podium.
He's qualified as worst as 7th and still won a race last year. So
he has good history in Oakland. Where are you putting him, or do you don't want to say yet?
I have Cooper Webb first this weekend.
Okay.
That's it.
I have him 3rd.
You have him 3rd? So you're not going to listen to my stats.
I'm listening to him, but I just think something might happen.
Oh, so you're crazy. All right. Let's get the next couple of guys I'm sure that are high on a lot of people's lists. We'll get Sexton, Barcia, and who else are you thinking? Anderson?
Tomac.
You want Tomac on there?
I think Tomac.
Okay.
Just because of his history.
Let's talk about these 3 real quick. We got a few others we're going to cover, so don't freak out, people. Ah, man. AP coming in hot for Oakland.
I like that.
Okay. That is some faith.
That is
some faith. Well, look, right here. Ryan, what do we got up there? We got chat box. All right. Here.
Who you got? Sexton?
Sexton. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Sexton.
So, Sexton, I promised I was going to bleach my hair if he won. Which when the race started, I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
You wanted to do it. So
I was
bad.
getting messages from Shane and some other people asking me like if they wanted to go buy the bleach for me, what I was planning to do. I wasn't stressed out because I was actually looking forward to it. So he could have won, but hey, you know what? Experience.
I think he learned from that.
You can't crash twice. I hope so.
I think he learned.
He looked like Adam Cianciarulo.
I mean, I don't think anybody looked faster.
Mistakes.
Really?
No, the speed you're not going to deny. It's just you can't make those mistakes. Mm-hmm. He started 6th or better of 9-11 starts last year.
Yep.
So his starts are always good. I'm just saying if Sexton wins, I'm not going to be surprised at all. But statistically, I'm just not going to put him on the top step yet. I was hyped on him for last week.
So it's personal now because he let you down.
But here's my thing, though. Whether it's Roxon or Webb in 2nd place, I'm getting one pick right. I got a good shot there.
That's true. I like that
that's
strategy.
What I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
We're going more fantasy strategy. I like that.
Who else
I'm picking Sexton to win, just saying it.
Are you really?
I think he's going to learn from that one. The man has so much speed.
Okay.
I'm picking him this week.
Well, what about Justin Barcia?
Barcia is
he almost four-peated. Like, I was stressed out a little bit because I played it off like the chances were too
How you are good with Sexton because he let you down, kind of. I am with Barcia.
Yeah, you picked him to win, right?
I picked him to win, and it just doesn't feel right picking him this week. So I don't know. I'm kind of down on the man. I don't know if it's personal or what, but what do you got on stats on him?
All right. Well, Justin Barcia, another rider that you can't go off of too much in qualifying. He did not impress really anybody in qualifying last week. But his qualifying position, average qualifying position last year was 9.24, and he qualified 10th at A1.
Yeah.
So he qualified 10th, still gets up there on the box.
Well, even with a 5th place start and wiping people out, he only got to third. I mean,
yeah.
I would have to see him really battle with the Roxon or.
Here's the
Tomac or
thing, though.
something.
You can't really. I mean, look at his first 4 rounds from last year. He went 1-9-4-13.
I mean, he's all over the map.
So historically, he doesn't back up his round 2 all that well. I know in the years past, when he's won the opener, he's gotten podiums. It just that now that A1 is over, I don't know if hey, who knows? Maybe it's a new year, new Barcia. I still don't know if he's going to be on my podium or my top 5, but we will see.
Yeah, I got nothing bad about him.
Do we have the
I don't think I'm
Barcia
a picky.
51 lay off the In-N-Out burgers? Hey, you win that much money for a third-place podium, you can have an In-N-Out burger.
You can always have more In-N-Out burgers.
All right, what about Tomac? This guy let a lot of people down. What did we say he was earlier? Is 23% or something like that?
I didn't have him in my top 5 last week, but I will this week.
27% had Tomac to win last week, which means he burned a lot of people.
He was just super quiet. You barely even saw him out there, really.
Well, look, he's out of my top 5 until he can get a start.
All right,
The blue crew starts were terrible, and Tomac said it in an interview afterwards. He said, "I've got to figure out my starts."
Yeah.
With this field, how it is right now, I'm sorry, but if you don't rip a good start, especially with this start straight being shorter, can he figure it out? And
Well,
here
we've talked about when he gets like a 9th or 10th place finish or worse, he usually bounces back pretty strong.
yeah,
So I have him in my top 5.
Barcia will barge his way through. I've got Mac Retham as wild card. All right, well, look, here's my thing with Tomac, and here's kind of a sign of when I think Tomac is either feeling good or not good is, and it's too late to change your picks at this point, but did you see where he lined up in the main event?
Yeah, Dr. JB's talking about it right now.
What did Dr. JB
Selected
say?
the dumbest gate.
Well, I feel like Tomac, when he's not confident, he picks the most. He does that a lot, where he'll just pick
Like
the
the
farthest
safest
inside gate, just because he's like, well, if I don't get a decent
He
jump,
can just kind of hold people off.
I can hug the inside a little bit. And I'm like, that's the worst mentality to have.
Oh, wow. Even
So-
Steve is hopping off the Tomac train. That tells me something.
Well, we know he's a slow starter. And, yeah, I don't know. So, and look, he only started in the top 5 41% of the races last year.
yeah, his starts are not good.
They've never been great. The Tomac's been a hit-or-miss guy on starts. And I'm just saying, after a bad start in the heat, a bad start in the main, I just don't have confidence. He led 45 laps last year. Roxon led 156 and led with 108.
I do know he can get angry. And after last round, if I was him, I'd be angry. And that's why I'm counting on him to kind of bounce back here.
All right. I mean,
Ruddy, soft track, he can dominate that.
Yeah, Tomac is tactician. He ran Kenny down in motocross, ended up second place. Yeah, well, hey, when Webb's finishing second at round 1, you better be a tactician a little bit quicker. That's all I've got to say. All right, whoever gets the whole shot will be gone. I don't know. McElrath had really good starts, and
Especially if it starts getting rutted.
speaking of McElrath, I watched the replay after we were done to kind of see what happened, and he overjumped a rhythm and got whiplash.
Oh, did
And
he?
you can see him
That's
like
not
shaking
good.
his head going over the finish line. So he definitely,
Hopefully he's better.
yeah. If you've ever had whiplash really bad, it can mess with your head a little bit.
He gets another start like that, I want to see him up there.
All right, last couple people we'll talk about because I know there's a lot of people high on these guys. Jason Anderson, Marvin Muscan, and then we'll talk about Malcolm Stewart. And as we do that, let's talk about Malcolm Stewart and Marv first.
There's Ashton G. Do you think Stewart will get revenge, yes or no? Does he do something?
Well, look, Ryan, roll it. Let's watch this highlight clip of Malcolm Stewart, Marvin Muscan after the race, and then we want to talk about this for a second. Let's get it.
You see Marvin Muscan going up the inside, just takes Malcolm. Malcolm was going to come down the corner, and yeah, that was.
Yeah, that is something. Steam coming off, everything.
You got 16 more races to go. You can't do that. Okay, you want pass me? Pass me. Don't take both of us down, bro. I don't want to press us, bro. You gotta race better than that. You gotta be smarter than that. Me and you won a podium. If you would have never did that, we would have podium. You gotta be smarter than that. Why did you break?
Why did you break? If your best argument is why did you break, you're probably in the wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
See, I like what he's saying right here. If you hadn't
I
have done
agree.
that, we'd
I
have been
agree
on the
with everything.
box.
I agree with
We
everything
were
Malcolm
both
is saying
podium.
here. I agree with everything he's saying.
I do, but I'll tell you what, though. Mookie better not make any bad mistakes like Marv just did. Otherwise, it's like, well, you just did it.
I think Marv messed up, and in my mind, just say, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It was an accident. I didn't mean, and then everybody calms down. But when you try to be like, why did you break?
Why didn't you break is what he said. Because he thinks Malcolm should have checked up. If you're Marv in that situation, say, hey, you know what, dude, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
But what do you guys think? Was Malcolm in the right or the wrong? Ryan, can we do a poll? Put it. Malcolm Stewart, right or wrong? Did he have the right, or was he justified in yelling at Marv like that? Or here's the golden rule is, if you're going to pass a guy and hit him, you can't make yourself crash too.
Yeah,
Marv
agree.
broke the golden rule.
I was, with that much emotion, I'm surprised we didn't see a Weston Pike episode.
Marv meant it. Let's be real. Don't tell me.
Drama rocks.
Drama rock. All right. Malcolm, right in being mad?
I think he should be more mad that Marv just didn't apologize.
Well, I don't know.
That's what would make me
But
mad.
here's also my thought on
Just
that.
say, my bad.
And I'm getting this point. I have to give credit where it's due. Jason Wygant, because he talked about Malcolm being that upset because Malcolm still got like 7th or something.
Yeah, he did all right.
He still had a good result. And I'm just saying, if Malcolm's that upset, and this is what he was saying about this whole episode, that's just because he knows where he belongs. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, I want to win this title. Like, I want to be on the podium. So you ruined that for me. And I think Marv's in the same boat. I think Marv's knows where he belongs too.
Mason Morris says it the best. Best revenge Mookie can get is just pass him clean and blow him away.
Probably in the whoops. It'll probably happen in the whoops. I agree.
I think pull like a Dungy move. Like, I remember when Weimer took him down to Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And it took him the whole race to catch up. Everyone thought he was going to finally do something about it, and then he just passed him clean, which was the best move.
So, let's see. Maverick224 says, Marv, with experience, he should have done better. That was a rookie era.
Well, it's a mistake. People make mistakes, dude. Just own up and move on. Don't get mad at him for some reason.
Henrik Patterson, Marv does not need to retire.
No.
The man is still capable of winning. He won races
if he's in the top 5 last round.
Oh, man. Yeah, I agree. So Malcolm said it was too early in the race. Why would you do that so early?
Agree.
Why
I
take
don't
that risk?
think Marvin meant to do it.
They were both moving forward. Well,
I know he went to go in there, but I don't think that's what he
it.
wanted to happen.
He went to stuff him. I don't know. Ryan, how's the poll looking right now? We've got 125 votes.
Holy. That's
doing
a lot
good.
of votes.
It is. It's doing good.
90%. It's a runaway.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take it. I like it.
Let's get into your stats here now.
Look at that. Ashton G loves being. All right, let's get to the stats here. Oh, excuse me.
So we already decided AC until he's looking healed up. Not a safe top 5.
Not a spoiler guy. No.
That's fantasy. It's not
Marv
personal.
and Malcolm are kind of like in that spoiler range because you've got your solid dudes. Malcolm Stewart, though, he qualified fastest last week. He just needs a better start. Didn't get that great of a start in the main event. He started 8th and finished 7th, but yes, he did. He went down.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a Raiders fan, but he is.
Yeah.
So there's some extra motivation going
And going off of last year, it's kind of hard with Malcolm's stats from last year, and I didn't really put too much into those just because he's a new man this year.
He is.
New bike, new team, new trainer.
He feels like he should be up there.
Yeah, I just feel like his results from last year aren't reflecting what he's doing this year.
No, I agree. He's going to be a tough one to leave out of the top 5 only because there's so many good dudes.
I agree. So Marv, though, he started 9th. He didn't get a great start. And surprisingly, he finished 4th. For how things went for him, he finished 4th. He had a rough night. He went down in the heat race. Guess who took him out? Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's
Bam Bam pushed him off the track. Yeah. And then he cleaned out Cade Clausen and all that stuff. So
I don't think he's going to like any of that. I don't think anyone's going to get near him in Oakland.
Yeah, look at that.
Sure.
After his podium at A1 last year, he didn't get in the top 5 till round 6.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, he's average qualifying to finish for both 8 in 2021. But so he's. I feel like Malcolm's a safer bet at this point than Marv is in the top 5. You agree?
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Anderson, another kind of like new team, new bike, new Anderson. Simply because last year's stats, I don't think are a true reflection of how he's going to do this year.
No.
Could be wrong.
I mean, he was just fast all around.
Yeah, he was. He was going to
surprise me.
He was going to pass Barcia there. He was minimum podium. He wasn't going to chase down the leaders, I don't think.
And he passed him clean and easy, it seemed like.
And then
so.
Barcia just couldn't take the hit.
Yeah.
But, he was moving forward. Look for him in qualifying to see how he's doing. But
I'm putting him in the top 5.
All right. Who's got Anderson? Sexton's the best. Let's see. Can Malcolm actually get a start? That's the question, Taylor, but we'll see. There's some riders where the speed is there. Can they fit it? Can they start it on the note that they need to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if Anderson gets next to Barcia, I'm gonna bet he passes him most
Yeah.
times.
And Anderson,
from what I saw.
Anderson did not lead a lap last year. In fact, the last time he led a lap was round 17 here in Salt Lake in 2020.
It's been a minute, but
Yeah.
that's all right. I'm
Does
still
he-
pretty high up.
Does
on
he
it.
pay back Barcia? You've seen the whole like
I wouldn't be
Barcia
surprised
buys
if he
merch and all
does,
that.
but I don't think he's angry about it. I think likes the drama
Anderson?
of it. Yeah.
No, I disagree. I think when he made that tweet about Barcia at least buying some merch, I think it's kind of like a ha ha ha, like, well, buy some of that merch with my podium money. But I think Anderson's
Marketing was on point.
It was, but I think Barcia has one coming for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, now it is time to get one of our guest callers on the phone. We've got Max Vohland. This kid, he's so
a young man.
He is a young man. Let's get him on the phone right now. Let's ask him some questions and maybe his thoughts on the Malcolm Marv thing.
I like that.
Okay, here we go. It's dialing right now.
Hello.
Max, how are we doing?
Doing great.
Dude, it's a funny story with Max. Max was, I literally almost bumped shoulders with him walking into Anaheim Stadium this last weekend, and I was there, and his dad was there, Talon, who I know well, and I was like, oh, I'm going to take care of this opportunity right here. Max, I'm sorry, you didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice.
Hey, the people have been requesting him too.
But Max, how you been, man? How's everything going for you? How's your off season? You know, anything when you need to know about as far as your season's going right now?
Yeah, it's going really good, and really been stepping it up the last few weeks. Has just been getting better and better. It just seems to be everything's starting to fall into place right now. So
Right on.
yeah, off season's been great, feeling great. The bike's feeling super solid right now. I mean, I don't have any complaints, and yeah, it's looking good so far.
Hey, congrats on your Fox deal, by the way. We saw your head-to-toe Fox. That was cool to see you got that deal going on during the summer.
Thank you.
What from your rookie year last year to this year, what do you think's the biggest change you've had? Is it you think your speed's up, just learning from your mistakes from last year? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely learning mistakes from last year. We're definitely been focusing on the weak points, which were definitely the whoops, and that's ended up taking me out of the season last year. So we've worked a lot of whoops. I'm feeling pretty confident in the whoops now. We found a few things here and there that have really helped, and then now it's really just kind of cleaning up the rest of the track, because we've set up the whoops so much that you kind of lose track on the other things when you focus on one spot. So now we're just touching up on our other stuff, just kind of riding position, aggression, and corners and stuff like that.
Yeah, so with the whoops, I can only imagine if you struggle with the whoops, that's probably the only part of the track you're thinking about the whole night show. You know, you're doing lap after lap, and you're probably thinking, man, here come the whoops. Get through the whoops. But maybe I'm wrong, but is that kind of how it goes when you're struggling in them a little bit? You're just dreading that one section?
Yeah, you hit it right on the spot. I mean, I remember last year, even before the race, I'm thinking about the whoops. I'm there, I'm thinking about the whoops walking the track for first practice, every practice, through the heat races in Maine. I actually liked it more in the main because my jumping the whoops I was good at. I can do that.
Right.
So I was stoked when they're super broke down and I could jump them good and be the same.
Right.
Skimming was the weak point, so that's what we really worked on. But yeah, when you don't have the whoops dialed, it's hard not to think about the whoops every lap, and then you mess up the rest of the track because you can't get the whoops down. It just breaks the flow of the whole track.
Oh, I agree 100%. So what was it about the whoops as far as skimming them goes? What was the hardest part for you? Is it the commitment of it? Just trusting it? What is it?
Kind of mainly the fear factor of the whoops, because you crash, you get hurt in the whoops, and I've already wadded myself 4 times in the same set of whoops up at the test track, but you still have to get up and reclaim it another time the next day you go out there. So yeah, definitely that's the tough barrier to get over, is just knowing that you can do it. And mainly, like, you think whoops, at least for me, what I've learned is like a technique thing, and you got to do this, you got to do that, right? But it's really just doing it so much that it's a feel. It's not even something that I'm thinking about coming into the whoops like, oh, I need to be here on my feet, I need to be here. It just has to be natural to where you have the feel of going across the tops, because once you start getting faster and faster, you can't time the whoops anymore. There's no like, oh, okay, hit the like hit the front tire on each one. It's just like you're just hitting them and you're just feeling it.
Interesting. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Watching A1, were you getting pumped up to go racing?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got to be tough watching the West Coast, and
Dude.
you're like, well, I still got 6 weeks. Like, to maintain that level of motivation and the drive, because you're grinding out practice laps. I don't know how many laps you've done this offseason, but you've got to be in the thousands. It probably just starts to get to the point where you're like, dude, I am so ready to go racing.
Well, I'm just looking at the East Coast lineup, too. It's, like, stacked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jack getting hurt and moving over.
And back now.
It is stacked.
Hey, we just watched the Malcolm Stewart and Marv Muscan argument. Did you see that after the race?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Give us your thoughts. Ryder, I mean, I know you're teammates with Marv, but you're also technically teammates with Malcolm. You think it was foolish of Marv to do that early in the race? Do you think Malcolm had a right to be upset like that?
Yeah, I mean, when you listen to it, Mookie looks. I remember walking down up in the nosebleeds and watching. It seemed like he was super angry, but when you listen to it, he's just upset that Marv took the shot and ended up taking them both down.
Yeah,
I think Mookie understands. Okay, if you come and take me out and I go down, fine, that's how it goes. But if you come in and take us both out, then like, what are you doing? And they're both super fast. So
yeah, that's the golden rule, right?
I understand.
If you're gonna hit me, you can't fall over too, because if we both fall over,
exactly.
it was stupid.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If you go down to it, you did the wrong move. That's just how it is.
Okay,
I like that.
And I'd be curious to know too. You as a rider, obviously you had an incredible amateur career. Are there any riders 250 or 450 where you watch and you kind of study their technique? And is there any rider you specifically kind of mimic, or maybe one in the MXGP scene or anything like that?
I mean, we watch a lot of guys. Of course, we watch a lot of Stewart because just how talented and just some of the sick stuff that he's done on a dirt bike is just incredible.
Sure.
But when, like this year, when we're up at the test track, when we had all the guys out on the West, you can just pick a day on, Marv's really technical. He's got a good riding style. He seems to always be in attack position. And so maybe a day I'll pick, maybe I want to let's try and ride Marv today. Let's try and ride like Coop today. And then let's get wild. Let's get loose. Let's try and ride like AP kind of deal,
Right on.
Just try and mix other styles and make it all into one is what we do. But when it comes to watching film, yeah, we usually watch Stu or Dungy.
All right.
Can't go wrong there.
No, and your dad, a lot of people might not know this, but your dad, Talon, so he raced MXGPs, correct me if I'm wrong, correct?
Yeah, he was over in Europe.
Yeah, he was over in Europe and crushed it in Europe. Like, your dad had an amazing career over there. So are you pretty close with your dad? Like, is he at the test track with you? Is he giving you any advice, or does he kind of let you do your thing with the team and he try and stay out of it?
No, he's at the track every day, and yeah, he's pretty much the coach. Like, he's the trainer almost, I would say, but he doesn't go do any of the training with me. But yeah, when it comes to the track and riding, he's the one doing a majority of the scheduling. Sometimes we do follow the Baker's program quite often, but sometimes he'll go in and mix it up a little bit and change it here and there just to, depending on how I feel that day and stuff like that. So,
all right.
Yeah, no, he's definitely heavily involved still.
Nice.
I like it.
And now for 2022, are you thinking championship? I know it's your sophomore year. You didn't get a full season last year, but is that the mindset going in? Is like you feel like you should be on top of the box at the end of the year?
I wouldn't say going in like I need to win this championship. Like, this is a must do. Like, of course, everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win the championship. Without a doubt. I mean, first, I haven't even gotten a professional win yet, so you got to start there first before you even think about a championship.
Start checking some boxes. Okay.
Yeah, and even a podium too. I need to get there, then get a win, then you start thinking about that stuff. But coming in, like right now, I'm feeling really good now, so it could be even better by the time we get to the races. And you never know. I mean, we've seen just this last weekend, Cooper and Nichols, both years championships riders are already out of the class.
Oh, it's so crazy.
It happens so fast. So you just gotta be smart and stay healthy, really.
Yeah, and are you close with Jalik too? Have you talked to him or heard much about his situation after his crash?
Yeah, so far what I heard is it's just a concussion. I don't think he's racing this weekend, but I think his goal is to be back at San Diego so far as what I've heard.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That was
scary, man. When they take anybody out on the backboard like that, you're just thinking, oh gosh, worst case scenario.
Yeah, I was such a weird crash the way he literally bounced off his head, but then took like 2-3 steps before he hit the ground, and then they said he was out.
And then said he doesn't. Yeah, and then said he. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, well, he ran a couple steps after. Maybe he was just so disoriented he doesn't remember.
Yeah, it was like a delayed reaction or something.
Yeah,
it was weird.
But the way his head went straight into the ground, that compression.
Yeah, that did not look good. It looked like.
That's where that compression is where you get most of those really bad severe injuries. So I was happy to hear he's doing all right.
Yeah, he's not too bad. He's just
all right,
little doozy.
Well, Max, we're going to ask you this question before we let you go because we ask every person that calls in here, and I know you got favorites because you ride for Red Bull KTM, but from a fantasy perspective. We got people here who are listening in, they're commenting.
They want to know your picks.
They want to know your picks. They want to know if you were a betting man.
Remember, it's fantasy. It's not personal. You can say whatever you want.
Who would be your podium this weekend?
450 or 250?
Let's go 450.
I was thinking about this before you called in, but Roczen's known for going on rolls and winning multiple races at a time, but also it is going to be soft, ruddy, technical track. Whoops are probably going to be pretty broke down and going to be jumpers. And knowing Coop and how much of a grinder he is when the track's tough, he's always there at the end of the race. So,
grinder. I said grinder talking about Webb today, and I picked him to win. This is a sign.
Yeah, I got it. There's some tight spots on the track too, and he's good at cutting the corners, and he's always there. So I got to go with Coop right at the end.
Okay.
I think for sure he's won.
He's a wear him out.
Yeah. You got Kenny going too?
Yeah, Kenny's going too because he killed every start last weekend. He whole shotted the practice qualifying, the heat race, and the main.
It's true.
So I think he's going to be up front. And then third is I don't know. It could be Marv. I see it could be a good pick. Another KTM guy, of course, but he's been riding really good at the test track this week, and if the whoops become good jumper whoops, and
that's true.
You could see Marv up in third.
I think people aren't giving Marv enough credit this year. I feel like last year was kind of a wash, and I feel like he's got one more shot in him, and I think Marv's I think he wants to go out the bang. My thoughts.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Well, hey, Max, we appreciate you calling in. I know you're extremely busy, so we're very appreciative of the time you take to call in. And
can't wait to see you mix it up with those dudes.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
The best of luck,
yeah. That'll be fun.
Yep, the best of luck on the 250 East this year. We'll be cheering for you. And who knows, maybe I'll bug you again later this year, see how things are going. We'll get you back in.
Are you going to let the hair flow?
He does have some pretty good hair.
I don't know. I need to go get it cut. I think it's too long now. But.
Dude, just let it flow.
All right, Max. Well, hey, tell your dad we say hello. And, again, best of luck to you this season. We'll be cheering for him when we see you on the starting gate.
No doubt.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
Later.
All right, bye.
He's fun to watch out there, too. I'm excited to see him.
He is. And, man, that kid, he sounds a lot older than he is. What is he, 18 or 19 years old?
I mean, he was born the year before I graduated.
Jeez.
So
are we that old?
He's like 18.
All right. Well, look, we've talked about some spoilers. Now we just got to cap it off. We got to do some wild card watch.
This one's tough.
It is. It's 15th place. Sean 625. I wouldn't get too antsy there. A lot of racing. We just saw what happened with Colt Nichols.
That's
You're
true. You're
defending champ. You go down in a heat race and your season's over.
I'm just saying you can't give that to anyone over there. I'm just saying,
Jet Lawrence, we still has to prove he can keep it on two wheels a whole season.
That
I know
East
he won
Coast
the outdoor
is
title.
Stacked to where anything can happen.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
All right. Well, let's get some wild card picks up here. Who do we have, Christian? We got
Oldenburg. Let's talk about him. I mean, he took 15th last week, so he's an instant.
Oh, I left his number plate on the ground. Pretend Mitchell Oldenburg is up
rookie
here.
Move.
I'm sorry. There's so many plates I have to go through before we start going.
Oh, but look at his finishes last year.
Anstey.
15, 14, 13. A lot of people picking Anstey. Finished 14th, qualified 12th.
Yeah.
Moved up 4 spots from the opening lap.
But I'm still saying Oldenburg's looking good, though, just with he's finished 15th. He qualified 15th. And like you said, last year, 15, 14, 13, it's pretty good.
He's going to be around that range, it looks like. My strategy is there were some big names that didn't make the main last round that I think are going to be fired up. I mean, you got Chisholm. You got Amart.
What about Justin Bogle? Yeah, Amart, man.
You got 7 deuce. I think 15th is his career best, but I mean, I want him to be up there.
Deuce, no, dude, not a chance. Come on.
I will never discount that man.
Yeah, stop it.
That's a hard pick.
Dude, his best finish, I love Adam, but his best finish is 15th overall.
I think
and
that's
this is a second round when everyone's healthy.
I'm just saying it's a hard pick. That's all I have to back it up.
Look at Victoria's got Anstie. Martin.
Hartraft might be a good one too, but he seemed to almost fade.
AC, I don't know. But, yeah, calm down, 7 deuce.
And if anyone says McElrath, I will fight you.
I think Bogle's going to make the main. He should have made the main last week, but he didn't. But I don't know.
I'm betting one of those dudes that didn't even make the main gets pretty close to 15.
Brandon Hartraft got 18th last week, but I think he could be a spot for 15th even, too, if he had a good round.
I agree.
I feel like kind of Anstie or Mitchell Oldenburg would be my 2 picks the most. Ooh, Ryan Brees, I don't know, man.
I mean, there was a time last season where Chisholm ran like 4 15ths in a row.
I know, but I heard he's a little banged up and didn't have like a really good offseason, so I don't think he's like in the best situation.
As of right now, I might be going with the Amart.
Really?
I think someone that had a bad round last round is going to be fired up enough to get in the main to start, and then they're going to want to do something.
Ryan Evans has Brayton there. I wouldn't. I don't know. Brayton's better than that. Bogle's a good pick. I agree, John Cooper.
Yeah, he's got to bounce back. That's the angle I'm going with. If anyone says McElrath in here, though, I will fight you.
Well, hey, anything can happen because we saw Anderson take the wild card when he should have podiumed.
That's
so
true.
You never know.
That's
All
true.
right. Somehow Chad Reed will still be the wild card, says Henrik.
Dude, we miss Freezy and Davilo so bad. No matter where the wild card was, they were in
Freezy is so good on the 250s, though. That meme.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, he's a whole shot.
I'm a Freezy fan. I don't care what he does.
What's funny is when you got him and Craig, the 2 freaking senior citizens, just battling it out in the start of the race. I love it. All right. Well, is there anybody else that we missed as far as the
No.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're good.
I think
we gave some good stats. I said, put Cooper Webb first or second. Are you ready to lock him in?
I've got him locked in. If we're going to hit the prizes first, or where are we going?
Let's lock him in real quick.
All right.
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Do it.
While we're doing this, lock in your picks with us right here in the live chat. Who do you guys have? Here's my picks. I already said it. Cooper Webb, first place. This track is really ruddy. It's technical. Whoops are probably going to be jumpers. Put that man in first or second. The stats don't lie.
He's won there before.
Yeah.
He's dominated there before.
After Cooper Webb, I have Chase Sexton in second, but I might swap him because I've got Kenny in third. But we all saw Kenny didn't finish third too many times last year. But those are my top 3. I think Malcolm Stewart is...
Yeah, this is where it gets tough, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, but I think Malcolm is the real deal.
Okay.
I've got him in 4th. And check this out. I've got Marv. Where's Marv at? Did you steal his number plate from me? I think you got Marv over there. Put Marv in 5th for me. And then I've got Oldenburg. Oh, no. Did I not
You're missing the Marv. You're missing the Oldenburg.
Oh, my gosh. There's just... Oh, no. I got it right here.
There you go. There
I've got Marv in 5th, and I got Oldenburg as my wild card.
Okay.
What do you have?
All right. I'm going with...
See, no Tomac or Anderson. Could change that if Anderson qualifies really good.
I think that's crazy.
Tomac
I
has to
got
get a
both of them
start.
in. I'm going Sexton for the win. I mean, he got a good start last round, really.
Okay.
And I think he's going to learn from that. He's just so fast. It's hard for me to bet against the man. Roxon, I think, doesn't fight too hard this week if Sexton's back there pushing him. But you know he's going to get a good start like
Frozen
Max said,
Gumwad,
too.
Sexton, Webb.
Then let's go Webb third.
Roxon.
I just think the track kind of favors him, and he's on a roll, too.
Okay.
I'm going Tomac in 4th as a bounce back. I'm going bounce back round all around. Tomac's got to get a start and do something.
You're hoping Tomac gets a good start. Your hope does not help you in
when
fantasy.
he's back in 9th to 10th, the man seems to bounce back.
Hope does not help you in fantasy. Let's see. Ruby Xfinity. She's got Webb, Sexton.
Where's Anderson? I'm putting him in 5th.
94, I'm assuming you meant to put 94 for Kenny. You want who?
Anderson in 5th.
Oh, my gosh.
Anderson he looked a lot faster than I thought he would.
And
so
who's
I'm
your
high
wild
up on
card?
the dude. Wild card, I'm going to go with Alex Martin.
Look at that.
don't know
Dexick
where
over
the-
here has got Kenny. Who's your wild card?
I'm going to go with Alex Martin.
Oh, that one's on the floor. I'm sorry.
That's good.
But look at that. We got Roxon, Webb, Sexton. That's a good lineup right there. Anderson, Barcia. See, a lot of people not putting Tomac in there. Mike Kras.
No Marv,
did.
either one of us?
I put Marv.
Oh,
I had
you
him
did?
fifth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
didn't put Malcolm
That's
in your top five?
No, I don't know.
See, Malcolm and Tomac are kind of a toss-up because those two still need to prove to get a start.
It's so tough early right now. I mean, you got no Ferrandis in there for either one of us,
Yeah.
no Plessinger.
Look at that. Rage 0462 has got Roxon, Webb, Sexton, Tomac, Marv. Okay. Just saying.
It's so
you
hard.
have to put Roxon or Webb for first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's more good riders than there are good spots right now. It's tough to pick.
All right.
So don't hate us.
There you have it. They're locked in. Those are our picks. Remember, some things might change during practice. We will see if somebody crashes out. That's why, though, that you need to be watching our race day live feed. You can go to the RMFantasySX.com. If you haven't even created an account yet, tell your friends and family. It's free to play. Yeah, who's got better picks, Team Chase or Team Christian? Let's go. Because it's still free to play. Create your free account.
Yeah,
you can still join groups.
You still have a chance for that championship.
Join the group that Christian and I are in. We got the Trainiacs group with Trey
Trainiacs is
Bernard.
rolling, dude. It has like
it?
100 people in it already.
Ooh, let's see. AJ Cantanzaro, he's doing a group. I know AJ talked about doing a prize, maybe like a free membership or something for his group.
Nicole Chaza's got a group.
Yeah, we got a lot of
The
comebackers
Lucas
from last year.
ladies.
Okay. Get
So, plenty of
signed
groups
up.
to choose
Join
from.
groups. You can join up to 5. It's free to play. Grand prizes are always, weekly prizes reset after each week. Has nothing to do with your total score for the year, so you can always win a weekly prize, and let's show you what those are. Meanwhile, vote Team Chase or Christian. So this week, let's see, Cylinder Works $900 spending spree. Rebuild that engine that you've been waiting to do. Get
Perfect
that
winter
two-smoker up
project.
and running. Yeah. 60 is sort of an ATR1 helmet, a Cherubies. Speaking of that, Max Vohland, his dad, is, I believe, one of the sales managers for Cherubies.
Deal with him, yep.
$400 spending spree. Again, Max, rocking Fox. We got a Fox gear set to give away. 5th place, O'Neill jersey, pants, and gloves. 6th place, Bridgestone Battlecross tires. We got Fly Racing Formula CP Rush helmet. Rhino Power prize package. Get all the stuff you need for your next workout. Let's see. Torque One Attack, 1-on-1 dates, oversized handlebars, some lock-on grips, and some braking clutch levers, and of course, Work Connection
nice
Pro Lock
kit.
start device, and 90 Rocky Mountain ATVMC gift cards.
That's right. And don't forget the big prizes still up for grabs. Get everyone to sign up. The winner at the end of the season is going to take home a KTM 450 SXF Factory Edition race prepped. Second place is going to get a KTM 250 SX race prepped. Then third place, a year's worth of tires from Dunlop. Then a $3,000 Rocky Mountain ATVMC spending spree. 5th, Alpine Stars Gear and Casual spending spree. 6th, Motion Pro Tools prize pack. 7th, Fly Racing Gear package. Then Stay 6 Stability Cycle and Accessories. Milestone Video Games, the game, TV, and console. And 10th place, Oakley spending spree. So many prizes, I mean, it's hard to keep up. You got tickets to still give away.
I know. Frozen Gum Wad, if you change your picks during the week, you can still win a weekly prize. You just got to remember that
Changes your timestamp.
Yeah, changes your timestamp. And the vast majority of people that win a weekly prize get their picks in on Sunday and then don't change them, especially as the season gets later. So that if you want weekly prize, that's your best route.
Well, do it, and then if something else happens, you can always change
if somebody
it.
crashes out or whatever, then change them. But the best chance to win a weekly prize is to make them early. Don't change them. Hey, Christian, look at that poll.
That's fine. I like being the underdog.
Okay.
I always go for the underdog.
I'm just saying I'm winning right now. And then the Moto Academy is the name of AJ Cantanzaro's group
yeah, but
name.
who's winning in points?
Are you?
Yeah, by 5.
By 5. Yeah. Big dog over here.
That's right. We'll own it.
All right. Well, look, thank you everyone so much for watching us. Remember, you can join us on the Discord. We've got the link in the description.
Get in there on those memes and race action. It's always a good time in there.
It is. Comment on this video, too, when we're all done here. If you guys have any questions or comments, or give us your picks there. And remember, too, I'm not 100% sure, but we might still have some tickets to give away for San Diego. So be commenting. So that was Monday's video. Go back to Monday's video if you didn't watch that already and comment if you're going to go to San Diego and how many tickets you would need. And then this coming Monday, we're going to be giving out tickets for Phoenix. Who's going to be at Phoenix? I will be there.
It's Triple Crown. Everyone should be
Phoenix
trying to
is
get
a Triple
there.
Crown?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll be there. I'm excited. I forgot
good
about
time.
Triple Crowns. All right, well, Christian, is there anything else we need to let the people know?
No, I think we covered it.
Are we good?
I'm liking the chat. It was always entertaining. Good stuff. So
RMFantasySX.com. Go there, free to play. Get your picks in. Join some groups, and let's watch some racing this Saturday and have a good old time. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We'll see you Monday.